Hey, in this video, we're going to discuss all the costs of buying a rental property as a first-time buyer. In this show, we talk about entrepreneurship and investing for value. So let's get right to it. Now, to answer this question, I think we got to fully understand what they call OPM. That's right, other people's money. Not my money, not your money, but other people's money. Now, this can be a bank, a credit card, friend, family, whoever. You gotta be able to use their money. Now, it doesn't mean that you're gonna be negligent with the money. It just means that you're just gonna use their money. So, number two, let's say you buy a house for $100,000. Under this concept of using a hard money lender, which I explained in my last video, this hard money lender will require you to put down 25% of that house. Now, 25% of $100,000 is $25,000. Number one, you gotta have $25,000 in cash sitting in your bank account, or know where to get the money from. On second thought, I think it's best to have $25,000 cash in your bank account. The house costs $100,000. Okay? The hard money lender is going to require that you put down 25%. So that's $25,000. You got to have liquid cash in your bank account. Number two, you got to have closing cost fees. Closing cost fees consist of fees that the hard money lender will charge you. They'll tell you all their fees. Typically, it should be about $6,000 or $7,000 for a transaction like this. So you got to have $25,000 plus $7,000 for closing cost fees from the hard money lender. Not only that, it's good to have a reserve of 3 to 6 months of mortgage payments. So if your mortgage payments come out to be, for this transaction, $1,100 a month, you want to have at least 6 months of mortgage payments in your bank account the day of closing. Number four, you're going to have some money for the rehab. If the rehab is $30,000, you want to at least have $10,000 or $5,000 sitting in your bank account, so you can use that money to start to rehab your house, whereby the hard money lender will pay you back that money in draws. I explained that in the last video. So you gotta have, let's say you gotta have $5,000 for your construction. The day the transaction takes place, you gotta pay the lawyer. The lawyer will charge you anywhere from $1,000 to $1,500, depending on the lawyer. You gotta pay for an appraiser. An appraiser would typically cost you $750,000. An appraiser would typically cost $500 to $600 for a one-family house. The hard money lender won't allow you to close until you get the house appraised, because they got to be sure that your house fits under the threshold of that 65% LTV formula that they want. That 65% LTV, again, protects you, and it also protects the hard money lender. Anyway, as we move along, also, depending on where you're living at, you want to have some money to install a security gate for your property while you're doing the rehab. At least that's what I've done. And the reason why is for obvious reasons. You know, somebody may break in your house while you're rehabbing the house, take your copper pipes, take your boilers, take whatever. It's good to just have those security gates up to protect against that. Typically they cost about $200 or $300 to install. You can call or look around whatever city you're looking to invest into and see what they charge. And then they'll charge you per month going forward, maybe $200 or $300. So you want to have that for the duration of you doing the rehab. And then lastly, you just want to have some money on hand just in case some shit happens. The contractor may mess up on something. You may need extra money for this. So just have at least an extra 3 or 4 months of payments on hand, ready to be able to give to the bank. Now, ready for just in case shit happens. So there we go. This is pretty much, this ain't rocket science, okay? So you'll need about at least $50,000 in cash in order to start this project, or in order to close on this deal. About $40,000 to $50,000. Now, I haven't done all the math, but this is what you're going to need. You can do the math yourself. $40,000 to $50,000 is a good amount to buy a house like this. There we go. These are pretty much all the closing costs, fees you're going to incur by buying a house.